Welcome! Where the fun gets fascinating, the interesting gets intense, and the dark gets deeper than you think. Let's dive into the unknown with FID Facts. Hey everyone, it's FID Facts time. We are back with another video, but this time we're doing something a little different. We're talking about pigeons. Yeah, you heard me right. Those birds you see chilling on park benches, pecking at crumbs, they're actually way more interesting than you think. Did you know they can recognize themselves in mirrors, or that they've been to space? Get ready to have your minds blown because we're about to drop some serious pigeon knowledge. Alright, first up, we're talking about pigeon intelligence. Now, you might not think of pigeons as the brightest birds in the flock, but get this, they can recognize themselves in mirrors. You know how some dogs freak out when they see their reflection? Pigeons are out here casually checking themselves out. Seriously, this is a big deal. Only a handful of animals on the planet have this ability, like dolphins, elephants, and some primates. Scientists even did experiments where they put paint on pigeons, and guess what? They went straight to the mirror to check it out. It's like they knew it was their reflection and not some other stylish pigeon. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this next fact is gonna blow your mind. Pigeons were soldiers? Okay, not technically, but they were basically winged warriors. Back in World War I and II, when technology wasn't as advanced, pigeons were the OG message carriers. These brave birds saved countless lives by delivering crucial information, and some even received medals for their service. There's even a famous pigeon named Sher Ami, who despite being shot in the chest and losing a leg, still managed to deliver a message that saved almost 200 soldiers. Alright, time for another mind-blowing fact. Pigeons can do math. I'm not talking about simple addition or subtraction. These birds can understand abstract mathematical concepts. Scientists have done studies where they show pigeons different numbers of objects, and they can actually tell the difference. They can even learn to pick the group with more objects, even if the objects themselves are different. It's like they have tiny little calculators in their bird brains. I'm telling you, these pigeons are smarter than a lot of people I know. Just kidding. Maybe. So next time you see a pigeon pecking around, don't underestimate them. One small step for pigeons, one giant leap for birdkind. Get ready for this one, guys, because it's out of this world. Pigeons have been to space. That's right. These feathered astronauts boldly went where no bird had gone before. Back in the 1960s, the French decided to send some pigeons into space to study the effects of zero gravity on living creatures. And guess what? The pigeons handled it like champs. They floated around, ate space food, and even laid eggs in space. So yeah, next time you see a pigeon, remember that they might be descended from space pioneers. Faster than a speeding pigeon. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to talk about speed. When you think of fast birds, you might think of hawks or eagles, but pigeons? They're secretly speed demons. These guys can fly at speeds of up to 100 miles per hour. That's like a feathered Ferrari zipping through the air. And it's not just their speed, they're incredibly agile too, dodging obstacles and making sharp turns with ease. So yeah, next time you see a pigeon seemingly just chilling, remember they could outrun your car if they really wanted to. Holy guacamole, pigeons were worshipped? Okay, prepare to have your minds blown again because this next fact is wild. Back in ancient Mesopotamia, pigeons were considered sacred. That's right, they weren't just annoying birds, they were holy symbols. They were associated with Ishtar, the goddess of love, fertility, and war. Imagine that, a pigeon, the symbol of love and war. People even kept them in temples and offered them gifts. So next time you see a pigeon, maybe give them a little nod of respect. They might be descended from divine ancestors. Pigeon GPS, it's not an app, it's in their brains. Alright, let's talk about pigeon superpowers. Have you ever wondered how pigeons always seem to find their way back home, even if they're miles away? It's not magic, folks, it's science. Pigeons have this incredible homing ability, and scientists believe they use the Earth's magnetic fields to navigate. They can even be transported to completely unfamiliar locations, hundreds, even thousands of miles away, and they'll still find their way back home. It's absolutely mind-blowing. From street art to masterpieces, pigeons in art. Alright, time for a little culture. Did you know that pigeons have been inspiring artists for centuries? That's right. These birds aren't just street food for some, they're muses. From ancient mosaics to modern street art, pigeons have been depicted in art throughout history. They've been featured in paintings, sculptures, even literature. Remember that famous painting by Picasso with the dove? Yep, that's a pigeon. They've been symbols of peace, love, war, messengers of the gods, you name it. Pigeons. See the world in ultraviolet. Whoa! Get ready for another pigeon superpower. These feathered friends have another trick up their wings. They can see ultraviolet light. You know how we need special glasses to see UV light? Pigeons have that built in. Scientists believe this UV vision helps them find food, navigate, and even attract mates. Imagine seeing the world in a whole different spectrum of colors. It'd be like having a superpower straight out of a comic book. Feathered spies! Pigeons and espionage. Okay, this next fact is straight out of a spy movie. During the Cold War, pigeons were used as secret agents. No, seriously. They were trained to carry tiny cameras and messages across enemy lines, gathering intelligence for both sides. These feathered spies played a crucial role in the world of espionage, and their missions were top secret. It just goes to show that even the most unassuming creatures can have a wild side. The dark side of pigeons' diseases. Alright, time for a reality check. As much as we've been praising pigeons, we gotta talk about the not-so-glamorous stuff too. Pigeons, like any other animal, can carry diseases. We're talking salmonella, histoplasmosis, cryptococcosis. These diseases can be harmful to humans, especially young children or people with weakened immune systems. Don't go cuddling up to them or anything, and always wash your hands after being around them, especially if you've been feeding them. Attack of the pigeons, when birds go bad. Okay, remember how we were just talking about the dangers of pigeon diseases? Well, it gets even crazier. Pigeons have actually been known to attack humans. I know, right? Those cute little birds. But it's true. There have been cases where pigeons have become aggressive and attacked people, especially if they feel threatened or are protecting their nests. They might peck, scratch, or even dive bomb you. So yeah, maybe don't try to steal their food or mess with their nests. Pigeons on drugs, the bird brain and addiction. This next fact is going to make you scratch your head. Pigeons can get addicted to drugs. Scientists have used pigeons in studies to understand addiction because their brains react to drugs in a similar way to humans. They found that pigeons can become addicted to substances like cocaine, just like humans can. It's a serious issue, and it just goes to show that even our feathered friends aren't immune to the dangers of drugs. Bad omens and feathered superstitions. Alright, let's dive into the world of superstitions. Pigeons have been associated with all sorts of folklore and myths throughout history. In some cultures, they're seen as bad omens, harbingers of death, or symbols of misfortune. For example, in some places, if a pigeon flies into your house, it's considered bad luck. It just goes to show that even something as common as a pigeon can have a powerful hold on our imaginations and beliefs. The pigeon apocalypse, when birds rule the world. Okay, last but not least, we've got a truly wild one for you. In some mythologies, a large number of pigeons appearing suddenly is considered a sign of the apocalypse. That's right, the end of the world as we know it, heralded by pigeons. Imagine looking out your window and seeing a massive flock of pigeons blotting out the sun. Thankfully, it's just a myth. Hopefully, but it's still a pretty wild thought. That's all, folks. So there you have it, folks. Pigeons are way more fascinating than you ever thought, right? From their incredible intelligence and homing abilities to their wild history as war heroes and secret agents, these birds are full of surprises. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more awesome content. See you next time.
Stop scrolling, don't miss out. Hit subscribe, smash that like button and bell icon, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Join our community today.